All right, happy Wednesday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Arctic Air Studios. Eventually, we'll have winter, and you'll probably need your heater to turn on when it's time. Arctic Air is there if the heater is not doing what the heater ought to do. So call the bear, callthebear.com, and we thank them for being a great part of what we do in Raiderland. We are here in the Arctic Air Studios on a What If Wednesday. What if we ask what if on Wednesdays? Sports what ifs. I love alt history, different things. What if something turned out differently? What if Patrick Mahomes was never a Kansas City Chief? What if he was a Chicago Bear or an Arizona Cardinal or a fill in the blank? How different would history be in the NFL? How different would history be for Texas Tech? We've got the portal to look at. Texas Tech is just crushing it. Are you shocked? The Cody Campbell effect. They got after him on Twitter, social media. What are you going to do? You're going to get some offensive linemen? He said, I will. And they have. And then some. Well, we got Tech basketball to look at. And I want to get you guys tonight on the comments. Do you still have office parties? Christmas holiday office parties where you work? If you work somewhere that has, does the office party still exist? Maybe some true stories from office parties tonight. All right, you guys know what to do. Jump in. Thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street. All your holiday shopping taken care of. Not just holiday shopping, everyday shopping. Like today. What do we need? Toilet paper and dog food. Hey, there you go. United Supermarkets. Got a bag of chips too. Why not? They'll take care of all the communication, whether you are on Twitter or X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Hopefully, all you guys are following us on. Whether you're on our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube, don't cost nothing to be there. Or maybe you are watching on Facebook Live. We want to hear from you tonight. Your thoughts, your considerations, and everything else. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. You started your day there today. You saw all the cool hot links, stuff we find around the internets. Every morning we provide it to you. We think we like it. You're probably going to like it. We give you our questions of the day. Give you what we're thinking about. Check it out, theraiderland.com. Everything we do, you will find there. So if you miss a show or something, you want to go back and watch the archive, it's going to be there. We're brought to you by Gators Bayou, 98th and Slide in Lubbock. All the Tech games are on. All the games are on. Texas High School Football Championships on TV. You name it. Hot Cajun food, cold drinks. Patio's still good, too. It's still operational right now. It's amazing. And by the Shropshire Agency in Lubbock. Independent insurance agents ready to work for you in 2025. Check out what they do. We link to them. They were our spotlight sponsor today. You're going to see more of that, where we give you the link to go tell our sponsors, hey, thanks for being a part of Raiderland. So if you didn't see that on our Facebook page today or on our Twitter feed at Ryan Hyatt Media, go back, link to it, and tell Jeff Shropshire thanks for doing what they do to support us. All right, let's make it happen tonight. Let's get it going. Texas Tech football. Are you surprised by what's going on? A lot of Tech fans think Tech is poor and can't compete against the big people. And I told you for the last couple of years with this going on, this was the great leveling effect. This was good for Texas Tech. NIL, good. All of this, good. Transfer portal, good. And, oh, no, Tech will never be able to compete. We can't do anything. And those people were wrong. 100% wrong. So let's talk about that tonight as we go through, and anything else that is on your mind. You tell us. And again, office parties. Anybody still doing office parties? Oh, the other thing, you can share this. You can put it out there on a YouTube channel. Hopefully everybody's subscribing and giving us thumbs up and likes, and makes my wife feel good, and everything when people do that. And again, it's great for our sponsors. Let's see. Craig is on Facebook. First in, the talking box is on. Indeed, it is. Jim says hello. Hello, Jim. Jakob, not all Cody funning the party, but not a better dude to light a fire. Mahomes, not on Chiefs, 0. And then nothing else, 0. The What If Wednesday question is, what if Mahomes doesn't go to Kansas City? What if he goes somewhere else? How different is his career? What happens in the NFL? How different is that? And how different is Texas Tech if Mahomes is not a Chief? Think about that for a minute. Weigh in. I'll give you my thoughts as we go through. Off of our YouTube channel, good to see YouTube getting in early. Jeff, two new big gets in the portal. The cornerback from Purdue, defensive tackle from Cougar High. They're killing it. Let's see. The cornerback from Purdue is Terrian Grant. Terrian Grant, 4-star out of the portal, out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And then Howard Sampson coming in. Nope, that's the Carolina offensive lineman. Sorry. Apologize for that. I've got to go back. Where's my Houston guy? Hold on. Well, we got so many. I've got to go back and forth between a couple of windows I've got open to update everybody on who they're getting. It's incredible. It really is. 2 to 3 years of eligibility. I think almost everybody that Tech is getting in has multiple years of eligibility out of the portal. And that's really big because we talked about the swing from high school recruiting versus portal guys and what that balance is. And if you're getting guys with 2 and 3 years, to me, that's as good as getting a high school freshman for sure. Fake Natalie Maines is on Twitter X, at Ryan Hyatt Media. If you're not following us, I can't believe you're not. My nose has been itching all day. Dang it. Completely ran out of cocaine. Dear Hyatt, how are you? I'm good. I am fine. No office Christmas party because everyone is afraid to spend money and think people are going to get too drinky. We need to bring back Christmas parties like the movie Office Christmas Party, just so you know. Love you. Love you too. We had epic office Christmas parties in the 90s in the media business. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. It was stupid. And then my wife, so she worked at a really buttoned down place, a lot of doctors and good people like that. And I thought I'd seen an office party until I went to one of those, and doctor got all ripped up, and it was crazy. He jumped on the microphone. It was great. Had to send out an entire office-wide email, apologizing. Bring back the great. I don't think anybody does office parties anymore. I think they're completely dead and gone. That era of wokeness, the era of somebody's going to get sued, human resources taking over. I don't think anybody does office parties anymore. Randy, is it Purdue or Purdue, as Wisconsin Badger and one Bob Stern calls them? Purdue. I mean, you're just raiding the Big Ten. You're getting players out of the ACC. You're getting linemen away from Bill Belichick. Got a lineman away from Bill. Think about that. You got an offensive lineman coming in from North Carolina. Got him away from Bill Belichick. So is it surprising you what you're seeing? And it's okay to admit, it's okay. Well, this is a free fire zone. It's also a free space zone where you're safe. And you can come in and admit, if you're a Tech fan, that you're really surprised that Tech has the money to go toe-to-toe with anybody in the country right now, because this is the final year of the complete Wild West. Next year, the salary cap de facto comes in on what the school can spend, $20.5 million, $22 million. It's an escalator deal. But the NIL deals are still out there. That's what the school's paying. So there's still the Wild West aspect of you can pay them. You can pay them outside of what they're getting from the school. People are losing sight of this. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, who we're talking about and saying, what if Patrick Mahomes was never a Kansas City Chief? What would the impact be on the world? How would things be different? What would we wake up to if he were never a Chief? He still gets money other than playing for Kansas City. So that the House settlement deal is just the beginning. The money's still going to be out there, but this year is kind of the last year of the collectives and everything just going balls to the wall. Let's do everything. And you know what? You got money, and we always said you had money. Now it's legal. My nose is driving me crazy today. All right, jump in on the United Supermarkets chat line. Easy to do. Whether you are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, everybody on YouTube, like it and share it. Everybody on Twitter, like it and share it. Invite your tech friends in. All right, hold on. We got to go back over. All right. Okay. Is UNC really going after Arch and Ewers? I would imagine they're doing both. I have heard that Ohio State is going after Quinn Ewers in a big way. That we've heard there are rumors out there that multiple schools think they can get Ewers. Now I don't think Arch Manning is going to leave Texas, but 100%. If I'm UNC, why would I not go out there and say, you want to go to the NFL? We can show you how to go to the NFL. And that's their business model right now at North Carolina. They're going to be a farm factory to the NFL. They're going to structure everything to get to the NFL. We're going to do everything we can to get you to the NFL. Want to go to the NFL? That's great. I mean, come on, North Carolina, the school that a few years ago in basketball, nobody had to go to school, right? So are they really going after them? I would assume so. Why would they not? Craig, my company gave us $1.59 sun visor for your car for Christmas. Don't even take the price tag off. It's harsh. That is harsh. But that's the way the world works sometimes. Jeff, heard someone to say that this year we got a taste of competing for a Big 12 championship, and now we're all in. I'll admit to being surprised. Let's go. I don't know who said that, but Texas Tech was basically a game away. You're right there, the TCU game. That if you don't get your quarterback knocked out, and maybe you don't, I still will dispute the play call. I understand it. Everything else, I think they were losing their heads on the sideline and just losing track of the fact that Taj Brooks and all you got to do is center the ball or anything else. That happens. That happens. But I mean, it wasn't like you were a mile away this year from being right there in the Big 12. You weren't. So when I said on Twitter, tell me again how you can't compete in the era of NIL and the Big 12, you've already competed. And right now you're showing, and I've said this again for several years, and it falls on deaf ears. I don't know why. You think, I've been around for a while. I've seen a few things. Me, Don Williams, you think people might pay attention to me and Don Williams. Anyhow, that you've got as much money to spend as pretty much there's only so much money you can spend to a point. And Tech has it. It really does. Nothing says your company appreciates your work like a $1.59 sun visor. Reminds me of a time I was working at a radio. Well, I'll tell you where it was. It was the campus radio station. My good friend Mike McDermott. We got our paychecks, in envelopes, and they, come through the office and hand the executive staff our pay envelope. And Michael looked at it one day and said, I'd almost rather they just pat me on the back and say good job instead of handing me this blanket envelope and telling me this is what we think you're worth. Yeah. In two of the three seasons under Joey, Tech has been one win away from getting in the Big 12 championship game. Yeah. Now, one was like way far away. This one wasn't that way far away. Jan, they're going after the big tax deduction. Get it in while you can. Anybody who wants to advertise, theraiderland.com, Ryan Hyatt Media, anybody who wants to get in and advertise right now, I'm only not being funny here. I'm serious. Anybody who wants to do that and get your tax deduction in, call me. Get a hold of me. At Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter. Hit me up. We'll get you some advertising in. That's a brilliant, beautiful thing. My wife is bailing out of the house like in a hurry. This is interesting to watch. Interesting to watch here. My wife is bailing out of the house in a hurry. Got to go back up here on this. No, not that. Got to go up on this one. Where's the comment? Where is it? Come on now. There it is. All right, so she's about to go kidnap a cat that's living in her big barn, at the big barn by where we live, and it's not a feral cat, but it's been out there for a couple of weeks now, and she's going to kidnap, and apparently there's a home for the cat. So she's leaving right now in the dark of night to go try to track down this kitty cat. Let's all wish her well. It's a good cat. She's out there. She's that we think we may have a home for the cat. She's off. She's going. I see the taillights disappearing out the office window from the Arctic Air Studios. She gone. Now, this is a good little cat. I mean, he could come hang out at our place if he wanted to. We'll see what happens. So now you guys are invested in the cat hunt, the great cat hunt of 2024. I'm all in on this. I like the cat. I would bring the cat home. I used to hate cats. Kind of like cats now. Like dogs. We got dogs. We got cats. We got all sorts of stuff out here. Fake Natalie Maines. When will Tech have to start scheduling better teams? Which sport? Which sport? You know, there wasn't a team that was, if we're talking football in the SEC trope, nobody got left out of the playoff in the SEC playoffs because of non-conference. It's because you lost, if you're Alabama, to freaking Vanderbilt, and you lost to 6-1 teams. Don't do that. It's not non-conference in football for sure. You know, it's not. Careful what? I didn't do anything. You're the one who did it. You put it out there. You're the one going after the cat, hunting the cat. Do you think Kitley is watching the Boca Bowl from the stand right now? I don't know, but is Brian Haney calling the Boca Bowl? Because our friend Brian Haney, who used to do tech baseball and basketball, and is now the voice of Kansas, Jayhawk basketball, and then whatever else he does. I'm just kidding, Brian. That was like his thing when he was here. Like he got to do the Boca Raton Bowl a couple of times, and maybe the Bahamas Bowl. I don't know. Don't know. If Mahomes doesn't go to Kansas City, Travis Kelce is doing dating. I said dating. Some waitress from Chili's in Cleveland. I will go through my rundown on what happens on the what if Mahomes does not go to Kansas City tonight before we get out of here. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I promise I'll do it, because it's really a dark and dank world, is it not? It's really, really kind of sad. Don't talk about playoffs. Kidding me? Playoffs? Office parties? Anyone got office parties coming up? Also, if you're with us live right now, you can do a couple of things. If you're on a YouTube, you can hit like and you can share it. That's huge. It helps out. It's great. Does everything for our wonderful partners like Arctic Air, like Gators Bayou 98th and Slide in Lubbock, like the Shropshire Agency, our spotlight sponsor today. Go check them out. It's on our Facebook page. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. It's on Twitter. Go like it. Go like their page. Go tell them. Any of our sponsors, get on their social media and say, hey, man, thanks for being a part of Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. All right? That's huge. All right? Do that. So office parties, is that still going on? Is that still a thing? Basketball is a thing. And fake Natalie Maines, when will Tech start scheduling better? I don't know if that's football or basketball. Be more specific. Give me something on that. If Mahomes doesn't go to Kansas City, we already did that one. It got me in trouble. Mahomes as a Bear would have been awful. Mitch Trubisky, obviously taken in the 17 draft by the Bears in the second slot. And that's part of the what if is they in alt history you have to take what you know from reality and then say we splice it a different way and say, okay, what if instead of Mitch Trubisky, who started 1 year and had all sorts of problems as a quarterback, but they fell in love with him. Man, he looked good. He was tall. He had the measurables, everything. So what if the Chicago Brass at the time had done the same thing though with Patrick Mahomes? Again, you have to take alt history and say what we know happened, but what if we flip it around a little bit and then there was one guy, just like at Kansas City, that there's one or two guys going, this guy can work. We can make this work. Now, it didn't happen because Chicago is a dysfunctional program and organization. That's why it didn't happen. What if one guy had that voice? Very different things happen, right? Very different things. Randy is jumping in on Facebook. Who do you have in the beer and cheese state championship game between Shiner and Munster? Munster rolls. Munster rolls. They're really good. Shiner should be the Brewers as their mascot. Munster be the cheeses. Yeah. Now, what I've seen from Munster and who they've beaten and how they have beaten them in this part of the world, knocking off two-time defending state champion Albany before they got to Groover, and Groover handled Ropes pretty good, and Ropes was not a bad team at all. I'm going to roll with Munster on this one tonight. We'll see what happens. And dang old Whiteface, man, they just first time down there, and it just started off a little ugly for them. They were down like 21-6, kind of tried to keep it close, and then it got away from them. David Collier, KMAC28 sports director, ABC affiliate, Lubbock, Texas. Our office party was this past Friday at karaoke. Did not have Red Raider coming at you on the list. Bow out. I would have done a duet with you. We could have got Red Steag all in there. We could have done that. Folks don't know. Collier can do the bass lines like Statler Brothers, Oak Ridge Boys, anything like that. Papa Mau Mau. That's David Collier. You don't get that on TV. Their mics are really pretty crappy, let's be honest. And they don't give the full dynamic range of David Collier's voice. But I mean, he is Papa Mau Mau like you never heard. If Mahomes had not gone to Kansas City, then I would not have a pro team to watch. Office party Friday, then off till January 5th. Enjoy the time off. You probably would have. I mean, he goes to another team. Probably would have liked that team. Texas Tech University. I like that. I like that a lot. The Alternate Routes podcast actually did an episode about what if the Bears drafted Mahomes. That's cool. I'm not familiar with that. I probably need to pay attention to it. Is it a podcast about what if? I like it. Every day is an office party when you work from home. Freaking A. Sunshine. Good work. I think the game of the week will be Malakoff and Columbus. Whatever you say, Randy. All right, so let's do a real quick run through on the what if on Mahomes. Let's say he does go to Chicago. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. He's probably going to have to start right off the bat. He doesn't get to do what he does at Kansas City and stay behind Alex Smith. And that was huge in the development of Mahomes, and people will forget that through the years. Same thing with Jordan Love, that one of the reasons he's a pretty good quarterback right now is that he didn't have to start right away. More quarterbacks would be better if they could do that. So he goes to Chicago. He starts right away. It's a dysfunctional organization. They don't have talent around him, and they make a coaching change, and it's never good. So he gets done with his rookie contract, and he goes somewhere else. And maybe, just maybe, he gets in the right fit, the right situation. Where is that somewhere else? Could have been Philadelphia in the time frame. Um, maybe in Miami. There are places. But what could happen if, and this is again, we love alt history. So if there's no Mahomes in Kansas City, right? The AFC rise is it Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, or is it Buffalo? It's probably Buffalo with a much clearer path, and that it's probably Buffalo ruling the roost right now if Mahomes doesn't happen in Kansas City. If there's no Mahomes in Kansas City, Andy Reid's probably retired by now. You know? Good Lord, Eric Bieniemy might have got a head coaching job. Probably not. So the AFC still probably shifts. It just shifts back, I think, if all things stay equal, I think, to Buffalo becoming the dominant team with not the downfall, but with Brady. If we have the natural descension of Brady, the rise, they're in Buffalo, in Baltimore, and they're fighting it out. That's probably what happens on that front. That Mahomes ends up being one of those guys who becomes a second contract guy, and he's learned the league, and he's still got all the freakish talent and everything, but he finally gets out of Chicago. And his agents are like, Lee Steinberg's like, I'm so sorry. We're gonna go San Diego, LA. We're doing anything else. That right now you would probably just be getting the best of Mahomes if he doesn't go to Kansas City. He's still a talent. He's still a generational talent. But it would have been delayed. And I'm not going to say that he's like some guys that go to the wrong place and they never make it. No, Mahomes would have made it. Mahomes would have survived. He would have just had to survive a crappy organization and get out of it and go somewhere else and have a chance and be good. And then people would be looking at it going, well, he wasn't very good here, and now he's good here. And his whole legacy would be completely different. Now, the different thing on that was if there's no Mahomes to Kansas City, the impact on Texas Tech would have been fairly dramatic, that you don't have Mahomes to market. That Mahomes on crappy Chicago Bears teams, 8-win Chicago Bears teams, ain't Kansas City. And Adidas ain't coming calling. And you're not getting that. So you most likely, again, if he doesn't go to Kansas City, if you're Texas Tech, you don't have the Mahomes partnership right now. You don't have the Mahomes marketing. You don't have the Mahomes. You probably don't have Adidas. The only reason Adidas comes calling at Texas Tech is because of Patrick Mahomes. No offense. That's just reality. That's why they're there. All those things unravel if Kansas City doesn't decide to fall in love with Mahomes, go up, get him, and draft him. All these things, all these years later. Fascinating to watch. That's why I love old history. I love history. Hold on. Is Boot Scoot and Boogie by Brooks Dunn a good karaoke song? No, because well, it depends. It's not good for me. My voice is too deep for either one of them. Now, if you kind of got a high-pitched voice, a little bit of a twang to you, then maybe so. From a Boot Scoot and Boogie is not good. Neon Moon, if you can sing it right, you can slay them. Chris, yes, they do all sorts of sports. What? All right, I need to check out that podcast. The something alternate routes, I think is what you said. Scheduling better for football. Also, who got more drinky at Connor's party, Ron, Lauren, or Mudman? I don't think Lauren drinks. Ron can't drink, and Mud never stops drinking. Let's be honest. I've known him 25, going on nearly 30 years. 25. Let's go 25 years now. No, more than that. Yeah, damn near 30. Yeah, he never stops drinking. So, yeah, Lauren doesn't drink. I think Ron, if he touches alcohol, he just blows up. So we can't have that. Schedule better for football. Why? Why do you need to schedule better for football? Win your league, get in. That's it. There is no strength of schedule. There's nothing. If you're the Big 12, I would like to schedule better than what we've seen a little bit, but not much. Again, nobody didn't get in because of strength of schedule. You get in by winning conference games. So the non-conference doesn't matter. Non-conference didn't matter this year. Beat TCU, beat Baylor. Nobody cares about Washington State. Doesn't matter. Non-conference is a red herring put out there by Alabama, by the SEC, because they're a bunch of losers. Would the Cowboys win a Super Bowl if Pat ended up in Dallas? No. It wouldn't even come close. So we don't have the best uniforms in that case. The uniforms are pretty good right now with Adidas. I applaud them. They're so close in so many ways of making them perfect. If they would just hire me as the uniforms are, I could do it. It would be so easy. So beautiful. I mean, it'd be like day one. I'd be a dictator on day one. Be great. Be awesome. Then I could leave. Wouldn't take anything. Would the Cowboys win a Super Bowl if Pat ended up there? No, not even close. Good Lord. The Cowboys are more dysfunctional than the Bears, perhaps. It's entirely possible. Probable. Boom, Papa Mau Mau. Now David Collier is texting me. There you go. You've never heard the dude goes low bass and you don't hear it on TV. It's a shame. Really is. Uniforms are good, but the numbers need tweaking and no Red Raiders and the font, only Texas Tech on the front. Okay. So, yeah, going down in the weeds on that, we're still moving past the Under Armour uniform numbers. Texas Tech uniform numbers need to be big, blocky, the 1970s, 60s look, very blocky. And again, Texas Tech across the front every single time, Texas Tech. That's it. Not Red Raiders, not anything else. Texas freaking Tech. Boom. Done on that. That's easy. That's simple. And yeah, the numbers, make them clean, make them blocky. Not fancy, not 3D. Make them where Jack Dale can see them from heaven. Or at least the press box. Bless his heart. They went to the horrible uniforms in the early Leach years, and it was dark on dark and everything. And, you know, Jack wasn't calling the game, so he's like, hey, you can't even damn see he never said damn. Can't see the dang old uniforms from the press box, and that's just a crying shame. That's the worst Jack Dell impersonation I've done in years. Golly. We will discuss office parties, I think, more tomorrow. Much more on the portal tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Overrated, underrated, rated right. We will have more stuff for you on the website in the morning, theraiderland.com. I ask you to do a couple of things tonight before you go. All right. Follow us on all of our platforms. YouTube, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube. Don't cost nothing. Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. Most of y'all are there. And on our Facebook page, again, a lot of stuff we put on Facebook at Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. Please, please, please do that. Then we're going to, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll do a sponsor spotlight. I've got it on Twitter. I've got it on our Facebook page. It's the Shropshire Agency in Lubbock. Go like their page. Go tell them thanks. Even if only like 5 or 10 of you losers, I mean, you wonderful people do that. That means so much to all of our sponsors. And any of them you hear and you see them on social media or otherwise, and in person, and when you're buying their stuff and everything, tell them thanks. Getters by you. Shropshire Agency tonight. United Supermarkets. They got a page. You can say, hey, thanks for being a part of Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. And of course, Arctic here in the Arctic Air Studios. Anytime y'all can do that for our sponsors or any media that you love and enjoy that is sponsor driven, that's how this happens. Not just us, but everybody, anybody you love, you know? It'd be great if you could do that. All right, we've had a lot of fun tonight. I have no idea what's going to happen with the cat that my wife has gone to rescue and where it's going. I look forward to hearing the story. We'll update you tomorrow on the daily broadcast. All right, see you in the morning, theraiderland.com. It's easy to get to.